Hey, what's happening, y'all? It's me coming back at you again with another quick vid. Now, Joseph Parker is set to be facing Suleiman Haumono in about 2 weeks away. So he just flew from Vegas on his way back to New Zealand to get ready for that fight. Now, we all know we expect Parker to get past Haumono. He might get some bit of a challenge from Haumono in this fight, but needless to say, based off the skill set amongst the two men and attributes, we expect Parker to get past Haumono uh, and so forth. Now, after this fight, the IBF, actually before the fight, I should say, the IBF has ordered and mandated that Anthony Joshua face Joseph Parker, who is the number one rated contender for the IBF title. They have ordered to Anthony Joshua and Joseph Parker to fight before January 9th of next year. Now, Eddie Hearn just came out recently and he stated that Anthony Joshua will be fighting in November. And it's funny. It's funny, though, because if Parker does get past Haumono, which is about 2 weeks, Eddie Hearn says that he wants Anthony Joshua to fight in November. Now, if Joshua does get past his next opponent in November, let's see, you have November, then you have towards December, January. That's not enough time to prepare for a fight with Joseph Parker. So is Eddie Hearn really trying to deliberately trying to stall off the mandatory challenge to Joseph Parker? I don't know. That this is very, very mind-boggling to me that he's going to say that Anthony Joshua is going to fight in November. I mean, that November is a long ago. Why don't you fight in October? October or even late September. That'd be more acceptable. So, yeah, this sounds very strange to me. But I'm gonna have to do another video on that because that looks strange. I'm gonna have to gather some more information on that before I come to my final conclusion on why Eddie Hearn is Eddie Hearn stating that Joshua is going to be fighting in November, and he knows that Joshua has to fight Parker before January 9th of next year. So this is very, very strange. But needless to say, I'm very excited for Joseph to get back into the ring, and I hope that he's improved much better defensively in this fight when he had against Carlos Takam, which was a very, very tough fight for him early in his career. Kind of remind me, it kind of gave me a recollection on, Evander Holyfield when he had to go up against Dwight Muhammad Qawi in his 12th pro fight. And based off the similarities between the two, I noticed the similarities where Parker, had to go circle around the ring. He was gassed out, and he was throwing combination punches here and there and lean up against Takam on many occasions just to, buy some time and conserve some energy, while Evander did the same thing against Qawi. Knowing that he couldn't back up Qawi in this fight, only one time in the last round of the fight, he actually backed up Qawi. Joseph was in a similar situation with Takam, but there were several times in this fight that he backed up Takam. So that's a little bit of a differentiating factor there. So, yeah, I'm very excited he's getting back into the ring. I noticed that the Kiwi boxing scene is on the rise too. I started to take notice of one particular individual by the name of Junior Fa. Now, I've started to hear ramblings about him. He did beat Joseph Parker in the amateurs, I believe, and he's on the rise, so he'll be a guy to watch too. So I'm gonna have to do some videos on him. So yeah, definitely a good times for the heavyweights. Haumono, yeah, he's coming into the fight 24-2-2. As I just mentioned initially, I expect him to be stopped in this fight. So I'd be surprised he goes the distance against Parker. So I'd be very, very surprised. But anyhow, y'all, after Parker does get past, let's just say that for some odd reason that the mandatory shot against Anthony Joshua does get delayed for next year, early next year, like say March or June or May, whatever the case may be. Who would you like to see Parker fight after Haumono, just in case if he doesn't get the Anthony Joshua shot immediately? Who do you like to see him fight next? I think he should fight someone like Kobe Pulev next after the Haumono fight. I think that's a fight that could be made. Or he could be fighting, the IBF rankings. There's Jarrell Big Baby Miller there waiting. You got, who else? Yohan Duhapis, which would be a good fight to make. Eric Molina, which would be a good fight to make. Bermane Stavern. That would be a good fight to make. There's a lot of good fights that can be made in the heavyweight division. A lot of good fights. Hell, by that time, Lucas Brown's going to be returning. So, would you like to see Joseph Parker fight Lucas Brown? But I'm not sure Lucas Brown's going to want to take that fight after coming off a 6-month ban. So, I don't know if he would be keen on that idea. But or even Erkin Tepper now that he has returned. That would be a good fight to make. So, yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. Comment, share, subscribe. Signing off. Peace.